guys, my name's Yvonne. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you've been here before, then welcome back. In this video today, we're going to be making this beanie. It's called the Harvest Hat, and it's a pattern by Rebecca Roberts. She shared this in our Facebook group, and she allowed me to make this video for you guys. So if you are in our group, then you already have the pattern. If you're not, click the link below to our group and you can find it there in the files section. If you are not on Facebook and would still like the pattern, go ahead and click the blog post below and you can get it on my blog as well. So let me tell you the materials that we'll be needing for this project. All right, guys, so the materials we're using today are, I love this yarn, metallic, and this one is Pinkytoes, and it's a number 4 worsted yarn. We're going to be needing a size H 5.0 millimeter hook. You need a pair of scissors and a yarn needle. So go ahead, grab your materials, and let's get hooking. All right, so let's get started with the brim. We're just going to start with the slip knot, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to chain 9. So yarn over, draw it through, that's 1, yarn over, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So now it says to single crochet in the second chain from your hook. This one does not count as a stitch, so you're going to count over 1, 2, insert your hook like that, yarn over, bring it through. You have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, and go through both. Insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, draw it through, yarn over, and go through both. And we're going to do this all the way down. Okay, so by the end you will have 8 stitches. And I will meet you here when I am done with my 8. All right, so I am done with round 1 and I have 8 stitches. So now we're going to chain 1 and we're going to turn our work, and we're going to work rounds 2 through 72 the same way. Now you can do back loop only through the whole entire brim, or what I like to do is I like to work in the first and the last stitch under both loops. The reason being is I feel it gives me a nice clean edge on both sides. All right, so I'm going to do mine the first stitch under the both loops like this, yarn over, draw it under, you have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, and go through both. The next 6 stitches I will be working in the back loop like this, doing the same thing. Okay, insert your hook, back loop only, yarn over, draw it through, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, go through both. Okay, so I'm going to be doing this all the way till I get to my last stitch. And in my last stitch I will be going under both loops. Okay, so you're going to work 72 rows or until you get to the measurement that you need. This for me measured about 17.5 inches and it gave me 72 rows. You need a number that is divisible by 8. So if you have less rows, that is totally fine. Just make sure that you have a number divisible by 8. If you don't, it's still okay. When we start the hat part, the first row of your hat will need to be divisible by 8, okay? So go ahead, finish up your brim, and I will meet you back here when I am done with mine. All right, guys, so I am done with my brim, and it measures 18.5, and it is stretchy. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to chain 1, and we're going to bring these 2 ends together so we can close the brim. And all we're going to do is a slip stitch all the way down. So going under both loops on one side, and then we're going to go on the bottom row of the other side, yarn over, draw it under both, and then the one that's on your hook. So we're going to do this all the way down. So it's just a slip stitch. And so you should have a total of 8 unless your brim was taller or smaller. Okay, so that's 7 and the last one. And we're going to chain 1. So I like to have this part on the inside, so I flip mine around like that. Like this. All right, so now we're working round 1 of the hat. So we're going to be working 1 half double crochet all the way around the brim. So I had 72 rows of my brim, and that is divisible by 8. So if you had less, say if you had 70, just add a couple extra stitches. If you had, say, 62, just go up 2 more to make 64. So you want a number that is divisible by 8, okay? So let's go ahead. Let's do our first half double crochet. We're going to yarn over, insert your hook onto the edge of your brim, yarn over, bring it through, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, go through all 3. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, draw it through, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, go through all 3. Yarn over, insert your hook down like this, 3 loops, yarn over, go through all 3. That's all we're doing all the way across. I will meet you here when I am done with my 72 stitches. All right, so I am done with round 1. I joined with a slip stitch. Now I'm going to chain 1. So now rounds 2 through 6 are going to be worked the same way. So let's start with round 2. We're going to work 1 half double crochet in the next 2 stitches. So yarn over, you're going to insert your hook, yarn over, bring it through, yarn over, go through all 3 loops on your hook. That's 1, and here's 2. Now we're going to do 1 front post double crochet. So yarn over and going down and around the next stitch, yarn over, draw it through the back, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, and go through 2. And then it says work a half double crochet in the next 2 stitches. So we're going to go ahead and work your half double crochet, yarn over, into the next 2 stitches. So here's your second stitch. Okay, now we're going to skip the next stitch and we're going to work the V puff stitch in the next stitch. So you're going to yarn over, insert your hook into this stitch, skipping that one. So you're going to skip this one, insert your hook here, yarn over, you're going to draw up a loop. You have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, insert your hook into the same stitch, yarn over, draw up a loop. And you want to kind of keep this loose. Okay, so you're going to do this 2 more times. You're going to have 9 loops on your hook. Okay, so here's my 3rd time. Pull that up, yarn over, and here's the 4th. Okay, so now you're going to yarn over and you're going to go through all 9 loops that are on your hook. And then we're going to yarn over and then we're going to chain 1 to close. Now, you can do another chain 1 if you like. You don't have to, but you can. And then we're going to do another puff stitch in the same stitch. That is what's going to give us that little V. So that's what the V puff stitch is. So again, yarn over, you're going to insert your hook into that same space. Yarn over, draw up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, and here's the 2nd time, yarn over, here's the 3rd time, pull up, yarn over, and here's the last. So you should have 9 loops on your hook. Yarn over, and then you're going to go through all 9. And then we're just going to chain 1 to close. Okay, so then you're going to skip the next stitch, which is right here, and then you're going to repeat what we just did. So I'll do one more repeat with you. So we're going to skip this stitch, and we're going to half double crochet in the next 2 stitches. So here's 1, and here's 2, and then we're going to front post double crochet around the next stitch like this, down and around, yarn over, bring it through, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, and we're going to do 2 more half double crochets, 1 in each of the next 2 stitches. So just like this. There's 1, and here's the 2nd. So we're going to skip the next stitch, and then we're going to do a V puff stitch in the next stitch. So skip this one, yarn over, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, that's 2, oh, put it in the wrong, that's 3, one more time, and that's 4, yarn over, and you're going to go through all 9, yarn over, and then chain to close. Now you can chain 1 or you don't have to. I think on the other hats I didn't need to. Okay, so yarn over again. We're going to do another puff stitch. Pull up, yarn over. So here's number 2, number 3, and the last one. And then we're going to yarn over, go through all 9 loops, and then we're going to chain 1 to close. All right, so we're just going to repeat that all the way around, and I will meet you here at the end of round 2. All right, guys, so I am done with round 2, and we ended with a V puff stitch. So now I joined with a slip stitch. Let's go ahead and we're going to chain 1. Now rounds 3 through 6 are going to be worked the exact same way. So I will do a few repeats with you. So the first 2 stitches, we are going to do 1 half double crochet. So yarn over, insert your hook into the first stitch, yarn over, draw it through, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, go through all 3. One more time, yarn over, insert your hook in the next stitch, yarn over, bring it through, yarn over, go through all 3. Next, we're going to be doing 1 front post double crochet around the previous front post double crochet. So yarn over, insert your hook down and around, grab your yarn, bring it through, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. Now we're going to do 1 half double crochet in the next 2 stitches. So yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, draw it through, yarn over, go through all 3. Yarn over, insert your hook into the next one, yarn over, bring it through, yarn over, go through all 3. Now we're going to be working the V puff stitch into the previous V puff stitch, so right here in the middle. So we're going to yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, draw it up like this, and we're going to do that until we have 9 loops on our hook. So that's going to be 4 times. So that's 1, yarn over, that's 2, that's 3, and 4. So now we're going to yarn over and go through all 9 loops on your hook. We're going to chain 1 to close and then do an extra chain if you like. And we're going to repeat that one more time. So yarn over, insert your hook, bring it up, yarn over, and that's 2, and here's 3, and here is 4. Yarn over, go through all 9, and then we're going to do a chain 1 to close. Okay, so now basically all we're doing is the same thing. So you're going to half double crochet into your half double crochets from the previous round, and then a front post in your front post, and then a V puff stitch in your V puff stitch. So I'll do one more round with you guys. Yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, and we're going to do a half double crochet. So that's 1, yarn over, insert your hook, and that's 2, and now we're going to do a front post double crochet like this, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2, and then 1 half double crochet into the next 2 stitches. So there's 1 and there's 2, and now a V puff stitch in the next V puff stitch. So insert your hook, bring up the yarn like that. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yarn over, go through all 9 loops. Chain 1 to close, chain 1. Yarn over, there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, and there's 4, and chain 1. All right, so repeat that all the way around, and you're going to do this until you finish round 6. I will meet you back here when I am done with round 6. All right, so I am done with round 6. Now round 7 is just going to be 1 half double crochet all the way around. Okay, so I already joined with a slip stitch, and we're going to chain 1. I will work a few with you just so you know when you come to the puff stitch where you're going to be putting the half double crochets, okay? So we're going to go ahead, yarn over, insert your hook in the first stitch, yarn over, go through all 3. Okay, so we're going to do this all the way around, every single stitch. Okay, so here's this one. And now we're coming to the puff stitch. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to yarn over, you're going to insert your hook into this stitch. Oh, there's 1. You're going to insert your hook here in the middle. That's 2. And you're going to insert your hook right here on the top. Basically where that was the chain 1 that you made. Okay, yarn over, and then there you go. So you're doing 3 stitches into your V puff stitch. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'll do one more repeat with you. You're just going to half double crochet all the way around in each stitch. And now we're getting to the puff stitch. So we're going to insert our hook here. There's 1 right in the middle. There's 2, and then right on the top. All right, so that's it, guys. Go ahead and finish your half double crochets, and I will meet you here when I am done with round 7. All right, guys, so I am done with round 7, and I ended up with my same 72 stitches that I started with. So now let's go to round 8, and it is going to be worked like this. I already joined with the slip stitch, so now let's chain 1. So we're going to work 1 half double crochet in the next 2 stitches. So yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, draw it through, yarn over, go through all 3, yarn over, insert your hook in the next stitch, yarn over, bring it through, yarn over, go through all 3. Now we're going to work a V puff stitch. Yarn over, insert your hook in the next stitch, yarn over, bring it through, that's 1. Here's 2. Here's 3. And 4. Go through all 9 loops, yarn over, chain 1, chain 1. We're going to do that one more time. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yarn over, and then chain 1 to close. And then we're going to work 1 half double crochet in the next 2 stitches. So insert your hook here, yarn over, go through all 3. Yarn over, insert your hook. Okay, now we're going to skip the next stitch, skip that one, and then in your next stitch we're going to do a front post double crochet. So down and around, yarn over, draw it through, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. Okay, and then we're going to skip the next stitch, and then we're going to repeat what we just did. So I'll do one more repeat with you. So we're going to skip this stitch here, and we're going to do 1 half double crochet in the next 2 stitches. There's 1, here's 2, and then we're going to do a front post double crochet. I'm sorry, we're going to do a V puff stitch. Insert your hook. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yarn over, go through all 9 loops on your hook, chain 1, yarn over, same stitch, 1 and 2, 3, and here's 4. Yarn over, and chain 1 to close. And then we're going to do 1 half double crochet in the next 2 stitches. And then we're going to skip the next stitch, and then we're going to do a front post double crochet around the next stitch, just like this. All right, and then we're going to skip the next stitch and continue what we just did all the way around. So I will meet you back here when I am done with round 8. All right, guys, so I am done with round 8, and I've already joined with a slip stitch. So now rounds 9 through 12 are going to be the exact same thing. And let me just tell you what we just did. So basically in this section, we're just flip-flopping where we put our V puff stitch and our front post double crochet. So everywhere we had the front post double crochet, now it's going to be the V puff stitch, and vice versa. Where the V puff stitch is, now it's going to be the front post double crochet. So we want to make sure that those are lined up. Okay, so let's start round 9. We're going to go ahead, we're going to chain 1, and we're going to work 1 half double crochet in the next 2 stitches. So yarn over, insert your hook into the first stitch, yarn over, draw it through, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, go through all 3. Yarn over, we're going to do 1 more half double crochet like this. Okay, now we're going to do a V puff stitch in the previous V puff stitch. Okay, so yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, draw it up, yarn over, that's 1, here's 2, here's 3, and 1 more. And that should be 9 loops on your hook. So yarn over, go through all 9. And then we're going to chain 1 to close, and then do an extra chain. Yarn over, and we're going to do 1 more. That's 1, 2, that's 3, and 4. And then on this one we just chain 1 to close, and then we're going to do a half double crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then we are going to work a front post double crochet in the previous front post, just like this. And then we're going to work a half double crochet in the next 2 half double crochets, like that. Okay, and then we're just repeating what we just did. So insert your hook, yarn over, here's going to be the next V puff stitch, that's 2, that's 3, and 4. 1, and then 1. Yarn over, pull up, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then chain 1 to close, and then a half double crochet in the next 2, 1 and 2, and then a front post double crochet around the next front post. All right, and that is the repeat. So go ahead and repeat that all the way around, and I will meet you back here at the end of round 12. All right, so I am done with round 12. So now we're going to move on to round 13. I've already joined, and I did a chain 1, and we're going to do 1 half double crochet into each stitch around. Okay, so yarn over, insert your hook into the first stitch, yarn over, go through all 3. Insert your hook into the next one, yarn over, go through all 3. Now in the puff stitch, just like the previous round that we did, we're going to go like this. Yarn over, insert your hook into this stitch right here, yarn over, draw up a loop, yarn over, go through all 3. And then in the middle, right here, yarn over, and then in the top of kind of where we made that chain 1 to close the puff stitch. So yarn over, draw it through, yarn over, go through all 3. And this is all we're doing all the way across. And I will meet you at the end of round 13 when I am done. Alright, so I'm done with round 13 and I've already joined with a slip stitch. So now let's chain 1. So round 14 is going to be worked like this. We're going to work 1 half double crochet in the first 2 stitches. So here's your first half double, here's the next half double crochet, and then now we're going to skip a stitch and we're going to work a front post double crochet in the following stitch. Skip this one, go into this one, and we're going to do a front post double crochet, skip the next stitch, go into the next one, and we're going to work a half double crochet into the next 2 stitches. So that's 1 and that's 2, and then now in the next stitch we're going to work the V-puff stitch. So insert your hook, yarn over, draw it through and up, yarn over, that's 1, here's 2, here's 3, and here's 4. Draw it through all 9, so chain 1 to close and then chain 1. Yarn over, we're going to do the same thing, pull it up, that's 1, here's 2, 3, and 4, and then chain 1 to close. So now just go ahead and repeat what we just did all the way around, and I will meet you here when I am done with round 14. Alright, so I'm done with round 14. So I've already joined with a slip stitch, so let's chain 1. Now rounds 15 through 18 are going to be worked the same way. So let's go ahead, let's start the repeat. So yarn over, and we're going to do 1 half double crochet in the next 2 stitches. So here's 1, here's 2, and then we're going to work a front post double crochet in the next front post, like that, and then half double crochet into the next 2 stitches, and then a puff stitch, a V-puff stitch into the next V-puff stitch. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then chain 1 to close, chain 1, and 1 more. Yarn over, pull it up, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Go through all 9, chain 1 to close. So that is going to be your repeat, and I only did round 15 and 16, and then I stopped and I measured, and it was 8 inches or close to 8 inches, and that was a perfect size for me. If you want a slouchy, just continue to round 18, or if it's perfect for you, I just went ahead and measured at this point. So go ahead, continue your rounds and measure, and I will meet you here when I am done with round 16. All right, so I am done with round 16, and at this point let me show you where it measures right now, and we're right at 8 inches. Okay, so I'm going to stop here. If yours does not measure 8 inches, then go ahead and keep on going, or if it does and you want your beanie to be a slouchy, then go ahead and keep going. But I'm going to stop here. So now we're going to do a decrease for the next 2 rounds. All right, so the way we do that is we're going to insert our hook into this stitch here, yarn over, bring it through, insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, and bring it through. And then you're going to yarn over, and you're going to go through all 3 loops on your hook. All right, I'm going to do one more with you. So go ahead, you're going to insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, bring it through, go into the next stitch, yarn over, bring it through, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, and go through all 3. And that's how you're going to decrease. So go ahead and do that for 2 more rounds, and I will meet you here when I am done with mine. All right, so I am done with my last decrease. So now we're going to close it up, There we go. Pull that through. So now let's go ahead. We're going to sew up the top and close it up. Okay, so now all I do is I take the needle and I just go in and out. And it doesn't have to be through every single one. I just want to tighten that. But I do like to have a double strand just to make it a little bit stronger. So this is all we're doing. So I'll go ahead and fast forward. All right, now we're going to go ahead and pull that tight. And then I just like to run a few extra stitches like this. And then I poke this in like that. And then I just tie a little knot. And then snip it off. And there you go. All you need is just your little pom-pom there, and you're done. Let me go ahead, and I wanted to zoom out and bring in my other ones. There's the brown one. And there we go. So I want to thank Rebecca again for letting me record this video. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave them down below. If you have not subscribed yet to my channel, go ahead and do so. And don't forget to click the bell so that way you can be notified when I make my next video. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. And until next time, happy crocheting. Bye.